Hi, this is Tom from Nightingale Games, and today we're talking about War Room, a Larry Harris game, and we're talking about the 400k stretch goal, all of those things that are included, plus all of the changes that have happened over the past year since the campaign began. So you can compare what I'm showing you against what's seen on the Kickstarter page. And we're going to begin with the Signature Edition changes. This is not an unboxing. It does not include all of the components, just the ones that have significant differences between now and then. So first off, the 250 signed copies of the Signature Edition get 6 folios to hold their OMP charts. You can put one at the top, one at the bottom. They open, they'll have the logo on the cover, and they're sort of graduation style folios. You can slip the OMP charts, the dry erase ones that you get with the jumbo pack. Of course, the jumbo pack's included with the Signature Edition. You can slip them in and out these little corner pockets here. A little elastic band on either side. And there's 2 because oftentimes a single player will control 2 nations. Next, the image shown on the Kickstarter page was just placeholder for the timer. This is a 10-minute timer, and it'll have the label with the War Room logo on it and look just like this. It comes in a box. And then there will be some dice included, exclusive to the Signature Edition. There's going to be blue-backed dice, marbled, and these weren't shown on the campaign, they were just described. So there's red for the Axis and blue for the Allied forces. Here's the standard one. So you'll get 10 of these, 10 of these, and 10 of these. So you'll get 30 dice in the Signature Edition box, plus the 10 from the jumbo pack. And one other thing is that most games come with this kind of interior for the box. For the Signature, you'll get this sort of dark interior which looks a little nicer. So that wasn't described either. Now moving on to the jumbo pack, which is the add-on expansion, which you can still add to your order if you so choose. And what we've added, this is new for the 400k stretch goal, is a dice bag which can hold all those dice. This is not the final label, but it's a cloth drawstring bag. Then we're adding a second dice roller cup. If you haven't seen this, this is, you add the dice in the top, shake it around, and reveal. It takes up less space than rolling and has fewer cocked die. Then we'll get 2 more drink mats. This isn't the final drink mat, but instead of 4, you'll get 6. The command staves are different than shown. They were shown as a more casino-style croupier stick with a curved end on the Kickstarter campaign, and they were red and blue. We changed them to be all black and have this wedge shaped to avoid tipping and to be a little bit more authentic. This is changed to be 25 inches instead of 22 inches long. And another change, which wasn't evident in the Kickstarter, but these will be double-sided, so you won't have to erase every single time. These are the dry erase whiteboards OMP charts, which are slightly larger than the standard OMP charts which come with the core game. Here's a size comparison. And these are unique per nation. This is Italy, for example. Okay, moving on to the core. We've got the OMP chart OMP charts, which I was just talking about. They now have this cover, so you can keep your orders secret from your enemies, and it has a reference for the movement limits. on the top here, and some reference for the morale penalties and the exchange rate. And this is a pad with 50 sheets that you can tear off as you use them. And these are unique per nation, 7 of them. Next up we have the card holders, and these are upside down. This is a card holder for Japan, and we're including some blank ones. And this is what they look like. They're black on both sides. And this is for when Japan gets out of control and takes over everything. We're including 2 more of these, so there's 4 total of the blank ones instead of just 2. So that brings the total card holders to 11. Then we've got the rule book, which will originally stated having 32 pages, or 28 pages, now has 32 pages. And the Hall of Fame log is now a session log on the back cover. So the 32 pages include the cover. Then we have wooden hotspot tokens instead of quad thick punchboard ones. These will be about 1/2 inch tall and made of wood and octagon shaped. And we're including 30 instead of 20 of them. Then there's this common token storage box, which wasn't described in the campaign. This is a black box with 6 compartments, which holds all of the generic components, or the common components that are shared. We have your stress tokens, metals, industry tokens, the arrow tags, hotspots, and some dice. This will be a little bit shorter than what's shown here, or shallower, and it has a lift lid box. And we're including 20 arrow tags, and this is because we're no longer flipping the commands to show that they need to land during the landing phase. Instead, we'll put these near them. Red is for Axis, blue is for Allied forces. And then there's, I'm going to clarify the extra tokens. So there's going to be 15 multiplier tokens, which will look like this for the air, and then there'll be a square one for the land and a oblong one for the naval, so 5 of each, so 15 total. And these are ×3 multipliers if you ever, in rare cases, run out of units. But also to alleviate that, we're including 5 more of the fighter tokens to bring 75 to 80. 5 more than were listed on the campaign of the armor, so 55 to 60, and 5 more of the artillery, so 75 to 80. So that's 15 more of the plastic stackable units. And then 2 other things for the commands, where we added a 9th command for the Japan naval, and also a 9th naval command for the UK. So that's 175 command tokens instead of 173. So there's 500 common units of these, including the blanks, and there's 175 of these. This is a reference on the back of the nation storage boxes. Speaking of which, we removed the resource chart from being attached to the top of the nation's box. Originally in the campaign you saw it look somewhat like this. We decided to have it be a separate piece for stability, and we added some graphics to the top cover and a reference to the bottom. These are the slipcase storage boxes, and so this can fit inside here. Then some other points. The jumbo flags, which are used on this, the wheel, you have 7 for the turn order and 7 for the homeland status chart, and they'll be 7 circle and 7 square, and these will be plastic instead of chipboard with each of the 7 nation flags on them. And they'll be black so they can be flipped and chosen randomly for all the times that you need to do that during the game. This is one of the 7 capital markers that we're using. We switched from flags to stars. The flags were tipping over. These are generic markers used only in specific campaigns to mark capitals. For example, when Hawaii and India are capitals during the War in the Pacific campaign. And one other change is these carrier fighter tokens were listed under plastic. That was a mistake. These are going to be punchboard because they don't fit. They're never part of a command stack. And then we have the jigsaw folding map, which wasn't quite described. It comes in 5 pieces and will have sort of jigsaw shapes like this to make it fit together so it doesn't slide apart, and it folds slightly differently than was implied during the campaign. This is just one small corner. There's 5 total pieces, 1 centerpiece and 4 that go around the edges. And then also we have, I told you about the box, that it no longer fits. We have these slender pegs instead of the stubby ones that are shown on the Kickstarter campaign. And these are just, these cribbage style pegs are easier to handle and grabbing something short. You can also see the starting locations shown on the pegboard. And then another detail that wasn't shown on the campaign is the dice are colorblind friendly, so there's 1 nick for the yellow side, 2 for the blue, 3 for the green, and 4 for the red, and white and black don't have any nicks. And then also not shown were the storage boxes for the units, which will have 1 for the infantry, 1 for the other land, armor and artillery, 1 for the naval, and then 1 for the air. And these will have compartments too, like so, to hold the different units. And that's it. If you want to learn more details about the progress of the game, we'll have an unboxing when the final box arrives. And that's about it for now. Thanks for watching. You can look on the Facebook page, our website, and the Kickstarter page, and Board Game Geek to follow along. Thanks. Bye.